By definition, an antenna is a metal whip designed to receive and transmit radio signals within a given area.
It's BS in the Morning on KSLQ and Westplex 107.1.
Good morning to you. It is 6:15. It's Shelley and Brad, or Brad and Shelley, whichever way you look at it. Maybe if it's Brad and Shelley, that comes out to BS. If you look at it, Shelley and Brad is SB. I don't know which one's better, which one's worse. It is a radio station right here that's for the Westplex. We call it Westplex 107.1. We have a sister radio station that's actually turned into a podcast station. You can check that out at podcaster.fm. Spelled a little bit differently, Podcastrr, podcaster.fm, and you can listen to podcasts 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. First radio station in the country like that. If you'd like more information, go and check out how you can have your own podcast. Actually, we can help you start a podcast, as much hand-holding as you want or as little as you want. Get it on the air, promote it. We've already had tremendous success with a lot of people who run their podcasts on the station. Lots of activity on that. You know, podcasting is hot right now. And really, when it comes down to it, what is podcasting? It's talk radio. Anyway, Shelley will be along shortly. At least I hope she will. Matter of fact, let me see if my computer is working properly to facilitate the entrance of Shelley. Matter of fact, there she is. I speak, and she shows up. How about that?
You are magical like that.
I'm telling you, I know the things to say. You know, there are things
you absolutely do.
There are things you can say to a woman that, you know, a woman will do almost anything for you after you say certain things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like here's a credit card.
Like, what color do you want your new Cadillac, right? That kind of stuff.
Lincoln.
Right, Lincoln, excuse me. You're a Lincoln girl. Okay. Good morning. A little bit late this morning. Both of us are.
I was listening. Oh, were you late?
Yeah, we're actually about...
Because I was listening.
No, we're actually about 3-4 minutes late. So you don't call in until I go on the air now? Is that the deal?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was making my frosty beverage so I could stay here and be on top of things on the radio this morning.
Explain how you make your frosty beverage. What is it? It's like ice cream and stuff like that mixed up, like with a
It's
blender?
not ice cream. It's ice and a frosty beverage mix and
okay. What is
ice.
What is a frosty beverage mix? That could be.
It's a mocha. It's a frozen mocha.
It could be
it's
Jack
like
Daniels.
a blended drink.
You know what I did yesterday, which is sort of interesting? You know, we had this story, was it last week, the week before, we talked about the fact that there's a group of people that are suing the Lizard Sack, or whatever the name of the company is, that does, I have a mental block with that, the cinnamon whiskey stuff.
Oh, Fireball.
I was thinking Powerball. That's the game. Okay.
Powerball.
Okay.
That's kind of appropriate as well.
Well, remember the story was that the little 99-cent bottles, little airline bottles, weren't really whiskey. Remember we had that? Don't tell me you don't remember.
I remember that.
Okay. I was in a store yesterday, and they had the little 99-cent bottles, and I bought 2 of them, and they do say whiskey. So maybe there's a different version of those little bottles, because the bottles I bought definitely say whiskey. And what's weird about that is I had a friend that used to work at Anheuser-Busch, and they told me all about the difference between whiskey, W-H-I-S-K-Y, and W-H-I-S-K-E-Y. Do you know there's a big difference?
I do.
And it's sort of crazy. It's like, okay, so how did that happen? How come you've got whiskey with a K-Y, which is one kind of... That sounded sort of weird, didn't it? Whiskey with a KY which has one kind of ingredients. And then you have whiskey with a KEY that has a different kind of ingredients, and also not only the ingredients but where they're produced. And
different country, right?
Well, I can't remember. There's something about some of them are produced if they're really whiskey, they're produced in Kentucky, and I can't remember which one's which. I think it's KEY. Is produced in England or something like that. I'm going like, why do you make things complicated? You know, that would be like hamburger, Hamburger would be something that was, you know, if you got one that would be in the United States, but if you got a hamburger that was made like in Canada, it would be Hamburger. Like, okay, now why is there 2 different spellings? Well, one's an American hamburger, one's a Canadian hamburger. Just like we have Podcaster, P-O-D-C-A-S-T-R-R.
I was going to say, Podcaster's definitely homegrown in Missouri.
That's right. But we want to,
and it's RR.
We want to, RR. We want to give it to the world. That's what we want to do. Okay.
We do.
Yeah, that's what we want to do. Okay. Yesterday, the weather was better, still cold, but better than it was Monday. Monday just plain out sucked.
Yeah, it did.
Yesterday was better. Today, what's it supposed to be today? Do you know?
Ice.
Did you hear Jennifer? No.
Ice, baby.
No, we're not supposed to ice today, is it?
Too cold.
No, it's not icy today. Let me look here real quick at my weather dealie. The meteorologist.
It's supposed to be mostly cloudy, actually.
I can tell you right now, it's 24 in Anchorage, Alaska, and in Kansas City, it's 12, and in St. Louis, it's 15. Here we go again. How is it that we're colder in the winter than Anchorage, Alaska, which is much further north?
Global warming.
I guess. I don't know. Who the heck knows anymore?
Now that is an excuse. That is global warming.
I don't think
when
it is.
When it's colder at your home in the mid America than it is in Alaska.
By the way, I don't know if you know this or not, but here we go again. Texas, Dallas, and I think as far south as Austin has just been nailed again with another ice storm, and they don't do ice. They don't have any salt trucks or anything like that, and it's like,
I heard that.
Oh my God!
There's another place that didn't have any.
Well, you typically
California.
Well, in Northern California they do, but in Southern California they don't.
It never rains in Southern California.
I think like it snowed in here. Snow in Los Angeles was like 50 years ago or something like that, and it didn't amount to anything. It was like snowflakes. The same thing like in Las Vegas. Las Vegas. Snow in L.A. Let me look at this. Snow in L.A. Cold weather arrives in Southern California, bringing snow in the mountains. Yeah, they always have snow in the mountains because, like I said, that's
because it's the mountains,
right.
And that's what you do.
Snow mountains in Los Angeles County may see snow down to 7,000 feet. Oh, this is interesting. Snow in the Los Angeles basin, where elevation ranges from sea level to about 12,000 feet, and most of the population lives, is quite rare. Average low temperatures in the basin typically do not drop below the 40s and less commonly into the 30s. For measurable snow to occur, temperatures at ground level must be at or below 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Nevertheless, on January 17th, 2007, an extremely rare light dusting of snow fell in the Malibu area and in West Los Angeles. Most weather stations around Los Angeles have, on rare occasions, reported at least a few traces amounts of snow. And here it shows. Now look at this. In 1974... in Valencia, just 30 miles north of downtown Los Angeles, people help, and this is a picture, people help push a stalled truck off Magic Mountain Parkway during a snowstorm. This is 1974. It looks like there's
but that was horrible.
It looks like there's probably about, I don't know, maybe about 5 or 6 inches of snow. It's all these cars are sideways on the interstate. It's bizarre.
Is one hanging off a cliff?
No. National Weather Service highlights area weather data in downtown Los Angeles, the Los Angeles Airport, and Long Beach. These locations, for reason outlined above, rarely experience snow. However, snow does fall annually in the San Gabriel Mountains in Los Angeles County and even occasionally in the foothills. The unincorporated community of Altadena, for example, lies about 1,300 feet above sea level and experiences trace amounts of snow about once a decade and measurable amounts about once every 2 decades. See, here we go again with the global warming thing. Even though it says this is a picture in 1974 in Valencia, 30 miles north of downtown Los Angeles. That's not that far north of downtown L.A. Think about that. 30 miles is about the distance from downtown St. Louis to Chesterfield, okay? If you go out to like the shopping area, that's 30 miles. So we're not talking a great distance. There's huge amounts of snow in this picture, 1974. And were people, back in the 70s, what they were concerned about? And I'm not
oil.
No, global cooling.
No, they weren't.
Yes.
Oh, stop it.
You want me to get you the Time magazine cover that talks about?
Yes. Why don't you do that?
Okay, hold on a minute. I will find it right now. This is
just do that.
This is not a Photoshop deal either. Time.
Oh, okay.
It's for real. Time Magazine. Global, Global. I can't spell. Too early in the morning.
Men can't spell.
That's true. Men can't do a lot of things.
They really can't.
Whatever a man can do, a woman can do better. Time Magazine Global Cooling cover. Okay.
I just remember it was oil back in the 70s because I remember my mom getting really mad at Shell gas stations. And she wouldn't use them.
Right. Here we go. In here's one I just found it in Newsweek. In 1975, Newsweek predicted a new ice age. We're still living in the consequences. Last year was the hottest on record for the third consecutive pass of the calendar. When's this article written? This article written in 2017. Last year, blah, blah, blah. Glaciers and polar ice melt, plant and animal species go extinct at a rapid rate, and sea levels rise. Clearly, the consequences of climate change are immense. Does anyone out there think we're at the dawn of a new ice age? If we asked that question just 40 years ago, an astonishing number of people, including some climatologists, would have answered yes. On April 28, 1975, Newsweek published a provocative article, The Cooling World, in which writer and science editor Peter Gwynne described a significant chilling of the world's climate, with evidence accumulating so massively that meteorologists are hard-pressed to keep up with it. He raised the possibility of shorter growing seasons and poor crop yields, famine, and shipping lanes blocked by ice, perhaps to begin as soon as the mid-1980s. Meteorologists, he wrote, almost unanimous in the opinion that our planet was getting colder. Over the years that followed, Gwynne's article became one of the most cited stories in Newsweek's history. And Gwynne was no lone voice, at least in the popular press. Scores of similar articles, some with even more dire predictions of a little ice age to come, appeared during the 1970s in such mainstream publications as Time, Science Digest, Los Angeles Times, Fortune, the Chicago Tribune, New York Magazine, the New York Times, Christian Science Monitor, Popular Science, and National Geographic. A worldwide freeze proved irresistible to feature writers prowling for a sexy new peg. The media are having a lot of fun with this situation, observed climatologist J. Murray Mitchell. We now see that these forecasts were badly off course, but how did climate science go so wrong? The quick answer is it didn't. Now, the interesting part of that is...
The quick answer is because they're always wrong.
Because who do you believe?
If it's the weather, they're always wrong.
I don't know. People are... Someone's dinging me. What should I say here? Big Bear... Okay, Big Bear is in San... this is the smartest woman in the world. Big Bear is in San Bernardino County. It is 15 degrees right now. It's 100 miles from LAX. 15 degrees. But Big Bear is up high, isn't it? Isn't it like in the mountains? I think it is. Because what's interesting about that is, you know, you got LA, you got the beach, which essentially is sea level. But if you look at the Hollywood sign, that's up in what they call the Hollywood Hills. And the geography, topography, whatever you want to call it, rapidly goes up from sea level. It's just like I told you, like when I used to go to San Diego all the time, the guys on TV, the TV meteorologists, would give three forecasts. They'd give the beach, they'd give inland, and they'd give the mountains. Because when you're in San Diego, that's what you have. You have the beach, which, you know, usually you have certain temperatures at the beach, and then inland would be like, 3, 4, 5 miles from the beach, and then you'd have the mountains, which were not that far east of the ocean. And three different forecasts. Can you imagine that here in St. Louis? Hey, in Fenton, it's going to be partly cloudy and sunny today. In St. Charles, might have a little bit of snow. And out there in Washmo, it's going to be hurricane season. Right?
Well, we have had, in one day, almost the full spectrum of weather.
Yeah, that was April Fool's Day.
No, that wasn't April Fool's Day. April Fool's Day is when another radio station said they were going to change their format to the Q.
Yeah. Funny.
I thought it was really funny.
Yeah, and we're going to change this station to Chainsaw Rock and Roll.
You're funny.
Yeah. Okay, we have to take a break. It is 6:20, and I've been debating. Should I talk about my video from yesterday?
Let me think about that.
It's 6:28. BS.Show.
BS.Show.
I'll be honest with you, that's the end of that song snuck up on me. I'm normally pretty good about that. It's one of my favorite songs. That's Macklemore. Macklemore and Garrix. See, that is an interesting... never mind. I won't go into it. Anyway.
Yeah, probably not, because then I'll go into my Tide tribe, and it's probably not suitable for radio.
6:32. Okay.
Who wants to do that?
Nobody. Okay, let me read a little bit farther than this article I was reading. The scientific study of the climate is not very old. I've said that all the time. Remember I said, hey, we've only known about weather for like a century and a half. Compilations of global temperature data started...
Isn't it compilations?
Compilations. There you go. Compilations of global temperature data started in the 1870s, and not until 1963 did J. Murray Mitchell bring together information from hundreds of weather stations around the world to build a modern representation of Earth's temperatures.
Do you think that Dave Murray was following in those footsteps?
No. His work suggested a steady increase in global temperatures from around 1880, followed by the cooling of the planet around 1940. In addition, satellites of the early 1970s spotted more snow and ice across the northern hemisphere, and people were well aware of unusually harsh winters in North America during the 1972 and 1973 season. See, this is not... Look, I'm not saying that things aren't changing, because they are. Because guess what? That's weather. One day, Saturday, I was outside working like in a long sleeve shirt and a t-shirt and a pair of pants and no gloves and no coat and no hat, okay? I was totally comfortable. Matter of fact, at one point in time, I was working in something and I actually broke a little bit of a sweat. And then there's Monday. You know what I mean? Like within 48 hours, it went from working outside. I was outside probably 4 or 5 hours on Saturday, working outside continuously. Never, went inside, maybe go to the bathroom once or twice, whatever. But in other words, I'm outside all day long. If I would have done that on Monday, been outside in like a shirt, a long sleeve shirt with a t-shirt underneath, pants, no hat, no gloves, I would have been in the hospital. You know what I mean? I would have had frostbite or something like that.
Yeah, it was cold. It was so cold that, so I have 2 Great Pyrenees, which are outside dogs. They've got 3 layers of fur so they can handle, because they're working dogs. Well, they're not here, but clearly.
They're lounging dogs at your place, right?
Huh?
They're lounging dogs at your place. They're not working.
They are. They're doormats. Yes.
They're not working dogs.
But they do protect us very well. But my point being is that the one dog really likes to be outside, really. And so I let her out, and she was out there probably longer than I wanted her to be. But I went in and got her, and she sits up on the couch on top of our back porch, and she had to like barely crawl down off that couch, and she gingerly walked inside. I think the dog was almost frozen.
How long was she out? Or he out?
I don't know, 25 minutes.
Wow. And this was on Monday? When it was so cold?
Yes.
I mean, don't tell where you live, because the ASPCA will come and arrest you for
That's not true.
For torturing that dog for 25 minutes out in the temperature on Monday.
That's actually not true, because
those dogs are made for that, aren't they?
That's exactly what they're made for.
Yeah, I mean they've got the big. I mean, see, there's certain animals have like the big old heavy coat. Yeah,
they've got. I don't know about other animals, but Great Pyrenees have 3 coats.
Right. My car has 3 coats. It has
3 coats of grime.
No, it has the primer coat and the color coat and the clear coat. 3 coats.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Never mind. Keep going.
I'm sure that it was really funny, but you don't have to explain it to me.
No, it was stupid. Hold on a minute. I'm going to cough. It was stupid as most things.
Coffee.
God, you know what?
What?
I've had a problem yesterday. I've had a problem for like 2 weeks. And yesterday it hit me that like, okay, the solution is right at my fingertips. And it was one of those, as Oprah used to say, one of those aha moments. I went, oh my God, I can't believe I didn't think of this.
Okay, well, let me guess. Oh, we'll talk about it next break.
I can't talk about it on the air. Because if I talk about it on the air, it might give somebody enough information to hack us, which just happened. Did you know this story? Oh my God, there's this company called Skyview Networks, and I know these. I don't really think the original guys that started it.
It's called T2.
No, the
Skyview.
No.
Oh, that's Skynet. Sorry.
No, Skyview.
Awful close though to reality.
No, Skyview. These guys are out in Phoenix. Okay. And the reason I know these guys is because they were in the traffic network business the same time I was. They ran a traffic network in Phoenix, and they morphed into something bigger, a satellite system, which I did as well, too, but they did well, and I lost my butt. But that's a whole nother story. Anyway, they distribute all this stuff to radio stations all over the country, CBS News and all these different things. Somebody on Monday hacked into their computer system and crashed everything. And all these radio stations are supposed to have like top of the hour news from CBS and all these other programs and talk show programs and all this other sports information, sports network, because this company's gotten really big. Matter of fact, they distribute the Nick Cannon show. They do a lot of stuff. It's all on a satellite. Somebody got in their computer system and just screwed with it, and everything went wacky. And it took them like a day and a half. Here today's Wednesday. They didn't get back up and running till like sometime yesterday afternoon. This happened like I think Monday morning. And then everything went bizarre all day Monday, and all these radio stations go like, what's going on? And then the worst part of it was a lot of these companies that do this in radio, this is sort of nerd stuff, they have the stuff over the satellite, and they also have FTP feeds, which will automatically dump into your computer, or you can go into their server and you can pull the programs out. In other words, you can log in and say, okay, I want the XYZ program that's supposed to air at 9 o'clock. You can just log in and download it onto your computer, and you can run it like that. Does that make sense? The entire system was crashed. They crashed the satellite system, the FTP system, the inbound, where you can download system. They crashed everything. And
did they find out where that crash came from?
It's just some hacker that got into the system.
Do you remember the movie Hackers?
No, I don't.
With Angelina Jolie when she first started?
No. Was she a hacker?
Yes.
Do you think she's attractive?
I do.
She's never.
I haven't seen her lately, but she's always been a wisp of a woman. But I haven't seen her lately.
She's got old school butt. That's her problem now.
Excuse me?
She has old school butt.
What's old school butt?
She has a small butt. See, that's not cool anymore. You got to be the Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian's new school butt.
Okay.
You don't believe me, do you?
No.
That Kim changed everything. So if that's not the case, why are women now going to their doctors to get butt implants? Right?
It's called a Brazilian butt lift. Yes.
Why would women want that? Back in the day, remember we talked about the Nelly song, which we played yesterday, which was it's like 21, 22 years old. He says, and I wrote
it really?
Yes. Can you believe that?
No, I can't.
36, 24, 35. He gives the woman's measurements. Okay.
36. 24.
Remember, I kidded yesterday when I played the song. He 36, 24, 35. That's old school. Now the new measurements would be 36, 24, 45. That's the new school measurements. That song is like from 2001, I believe. Here, let me look it up. What's the name of the song again?
It's getting hot in here.
Yeah, no, that we didn't play that. We didn't. It was.
Yeah, we did.
No, it wasn't getting hot in here. That was not that. What I can't. It wasn't that. It wasn't the song we played because he doesn't do that. It was the one he talks about Frontenac. It's got the video. Remember that I've got the audio where there's all sorts of sections of the song, the lyrics that are missing because this was the super clean version they did the video with, and there's one point in the song the guy goes like he's smoking a joint. You know what I mean? And that's all taken out.
Is that what that was for?
Yes. Come on, Shelley. Don't get with it. Don't you realize that's what that was?
Dude, I just found out that the Casey pig had a joint in his mouth. I thought it was a rolled cigarette.
You didn't realize that was with his up.
I grew up with Casey. It was either KSLQ or Casey. I listened to both.
You listened to two ends of the spectrum there. Nelly.
I did.
Nelly. Nelly. I'm going to go nuts because I can't remember that song we played yesterday.
Like your prostate?
No, yeah. Nelly song. Somebody just texted it to me. Ride with me, okay? Ride with me, hold on, I'll with me, ride with me, okay? Ride with me year, okay? Hold on a minute. I think 2001. Let's see how good I am at this. Ride with me, okay? Year, Y-E-A-R. 2000. It's 23 years old, that song is. 2000.
And just like The Matrix.
Hot in Here was 2002. Ride With Me. Ride With Me is a song by American rapper.
How can you never play Air Force Ones?
Because I don't like those shoes. Ride With Me is a song by American rapper Nelly featuring City Spud. It was released on February 13th, 2000. It was recorded in 2000. Released February 13th, 2001. It's... In 2 weeks, today's February 1st, in 2 weeks, it'll be 22 years old. Can you believe that?
No, I can't.
22 years old.
No, And some of the people that I was like, really into when I thought I was a kid, they're actually not as old as I am.
Where they at? If you want to go and take a ride with me, we three-wheeling in the foe with the Gold D's. Oh, why do I live this way? Hey, must be the money. If you want to go and get high with me, smoke L in the back of the Benz Z. Oh, why must I feel this way? Hey, must be the money. In the club on the late night, feeling right, looking, trying to spot something real nice, looking for a little shorty I notice so that I can take home. She can be 18 with an attitude or 19 kind of snotty and acting real rude, but as long as you are a thick girl, you know that's on. You know that it's on. I peep something coming forwards, me on the dance floor, sexy and real slow, saying she was peeping, and I did and dig the last video. So when, Nellie, when can we go? How can I tell her no? Her measurements were 36, 25, 34. I like the way you brush your hair. I like those stylish clothes you wear. I like the way the light hit the ice and glare. The light hit the ice and glare, and I can see you, boo, from over there. If you want to go and take a ride with me,
boo.
We three in the foe with the Gold D's. Oh, why do I live this way? Hey, must be the money.
Be the money.
Face and body, front and neck. And everybody around the country has no idea what that means. Face and body, front neck. Don't know how to act. Without no vouchers on her boots, she's bringing nothing back. You should feel the impact. Shop on plastic. When the sky's the limit and them haters can't get past that. Watch me as I gas that 4.6 range. Watch the candy paint change every time I switch lanes. I feel strange now, making a living off my brain. Instead of Kane, now I get the title from my mama. Put the whip in my own name now. Damn blank, done changing now. Running credit checks with no shame now. I feel the fame now. Come on, I can't complain now. No more. Blank, I'm the main now. In and out my own town. I'm getting pages out of New Jersey from Courtney B. telling me about a party in NYC. Getting pages. Once again, a pager. He's talking about a pager. How old school is that? And can I make it? Damn right. I'll be on the next flight. Paying cash first class. Sit next to Vanna White. Check, yo. I something you don't know. And I've got something to tell you. You won't believe how many people straight doubt the flow. Most say that I was a failure. But now the same blankety asking me for dough. And I'm yelling, I can't help you. But Nellie, can we get tickets to the next show? Hell no. What's with you? You for real? Hey, yo, now I'm a fly guy. I'm a fly high. Blank, want to know why I fly by. But, yo, it's all good. Range Rover, all wood. Do me like you should. Blank me good. We'll be then stud, blank, wishing you was blank, popping like we were drug dealers, sipping Chrissy, bub, mackin'. Honey in the club, me in the Benz, icy grip, telling me to leave with you and your friends. So Shorty want to knock, we knocking to this. And if Shorty want to rock, we rocking to this. And if Shorty want to pop, we popping the Christ. You know what Christ is, don't you?
I don't.
That's what Cristalli was. That what? It's like, what is it? Some kind of liqueur or something like that. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Yeah, I'll look it up. Anyway, those are the lyrics.
So, I love Nelly.
If you want to go get high with me.
I actually used to not like him because I thought he was prejudiced.
Yeah.
Because none of his, at least that you didn't used to be, that none of his music videos had white people in them.
Well, you know why that is, don't you?
No.
Yeah, that's why your daughter wouldn't be in the video, right? Didn't she try to get in the video and they wouldn't let her in?
I don't know if it was her, but yeah, she would have been in his video.
No, I thought you told me she went down to try out for the video and they wouldn't let her in because she was white. No?
If I told you that was probably true, but right at this moment, I don't remember.
Let's call her up and ask her. She won't answer the phone.
Actually do. Call her up.
Yeah, okay, 647. You know, interesting backstory behind that guy, and if you don't heard the story or not, the guy was a computer salesperson for Dell. He was like a computer manager, like a sales manager, and he did music on the side, recorded that song like at his house, in his garage or something like that. And it started to get airplay, and his boss essentially came to him one day and said, hey, I think you got to make a choice, either the music business or working here. He said, I guess.
See ya, bye-bye.
Yeah, I guess it's the music business. I'm out of here. See you, bye. I've heard the interview with the guy a couple of times. It's pretty interesting. And his name is, his really name, he goes by Nicky Yor, but his real name is something different. Nicholas Yuri Ski or something like that. I can't remember what it is. Okay, how about this? This is a story from Chicago, Illinois. A lady who she was the district food service director for a school district in Chicago. During the pandemic, she orders 11,000 cases of chicken wings picked up in a district cargo van during the pandemic. She ordered this from a food supply company. Total of, for the 11,000 cases, and this is cases, this is not 11,000 chicken wings. I don't know how many wings are in a case. 11,000 cases. Total of $1.5 million worth of food from the district during the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, you may say, well, now hold on a minute now. Chicken wings, didn't they have the school? Because some of the schools, if you know there's not, even during the pandemic, they had the thing where the schools still made food and you could come to the schools and eat the food. Did you know that? The kids could come to the school and eat the food.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I don't think we had it here in the St. Louis area, but I know in some of the other cities they had it where, because a lot of the kids, supposedly the kids who live in the in the not so good neighborhoods that sort of poor, a lot of them get breakfast, lunch, and dinner from the school. Did you know that now? Did you know that some schools serve all 3 meals?
I didn't, but that's a good idea.
Well, because they say, and what they say is in the summer the kids are malnourished because there's no school. Anyway, so
that's probably a lot of truth to that. But you know what? We were malnourished during the summer too.
I've been malnourished for years. Okay, so
that's because all you eat is really. You have the appetite of a 4-year-old.
I do, and I'm proud of it. Okay, here's the interesting thing about this bizarre story. Okay. Guess what? And this is ultimately how she got nailed. Nobody said anything about the fact that she ordered 11,000 cases of chicken wings during the pandemic.
Thing but a chicken wing.
You know how she got nailed?
How?
Chicken wings are not allowed in the Chicago schools because of the bones. They don't want the kids possibly choking on the bones. So chicken wings, anything with bones in it, like drumsticks or stuff like that, not allowed in the Chicago schools. But yet she ordered 11,000 cases of chicken wings with the bones in them. So anyway, according to this, the district's business manager discovered signed invoices for, quote, massive quantities of chicken wings, an item that was never served to students because they contain bones. This is what the prosecutors say. The Associated Press reported that 1,600 students in the district, more than 80%, qualify as low income. So that's how they, and supposedly the chicken wings which he was ordering were not even served to the kids. They were serving the kids meals, even though school was shut down during the pandemic. They were serving the kids meals if they came to the school. Now, once again, think about that. They can't go to the school to learn, but they can go to school to eat. Does that make any sense at all? And I know you're going to say, well, people are when they're in the class, they're sitting next to each other. If they just go and pick up food, it'd be like all the places had the curbside delivery stuff. Remember all that crap?
What, are they going to Instacart to their classroom?
I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, she's in trouble. They're going to throw her in jail. 11,000 cases of chicken wings. And you know where those ended up?
Do you know that there's actually, it's either a TikTok or a YouTube video of this woman, drawing your eyebrows on is a thing now.
Yeah?
This woman used...
Well, you may think I've done it for years.
Uh-huh.
Never mind. Keep going.
So this woman used a chicken wing because it gave her the perfect arch. I'm not lying.
I have seen. Okay, you ready for this? Do you remember? The? I don't know if this is true or not. This is a joke video I saw. I saw women who were shaving off their eyebrows and they're using stencils and spray painting on new eyebrows. Have you ever seen that? But is that for real?
That's for real.
That's for real?
People are doing a lot of things with their eyebrows.
That's not a joke?
No.
So you put a stencil on your forehead, you use a can of paint? Like
that wouldn't surprise me.
Remember, that's like Ron Popeil with, what was the thing?
Yeah, it's the Brow-O-Matic.
The Brow-O-Matic.
To go with the Z-fold.
No, remember Ron Popeil had that stuff if you had a bald spot.
Was, like a child icon.
He sprayed that stuff in your hair, in your head. I'm going like...
Oh, when he had the spray hair?
Yes, remember that? Remember, what was that called? Hold on. This is if I can find it. Hold on a minute.
Still, my favorite one is, "Hey, Mom, look, I'm on the radio."
Mr. Microphone. And those things sucked. Ron, Popiel, set it and forget. That's not what it is. It was hair. Was it H? Let me just type in HAIR. Hair in a can. Here we go. Okay. Hold on. Let me see if I can get this to work.
That actually was used in the movie The Fabulous Baker Boys.
Okay, hold on a minute. Let me see if this is going to work.
Great looking hair. Just spray GLH on and it instantly covers your bald spot, leaving you with great looking hair. And ladies with thinning hair or bald spots, GLH solves the problem instantly. GLH is not a paint or a cover-up. It's an amazing powder that clings to the tiniest hairs on your head. It actually builds on itself, leaving you with great looking hair. And the GLH hair system is not expensive.
Wow, that's incredible. This is the first time I've ever used this product. I saw it on the infomercials, and I was skeptical at first, but it works.
I'll tell you what, I can't believe it. You know, I've seen the commercial, and I just couldn't believe it. And it really looks great. My wife's got herself a new guy now.
It was spray paint.
And I tell you, I'm really impressed.
That's incredible. I've been getting harassing for being bald. I'm only a young man. No more dates without being called old man, but the babes are back.
Wow.
The babes are back. And now what do guys do? Hey, babe, I'm a chrome dome. They shave their head, and the women go, "Oh my God, he's got a bald head. I love him. He shaves his head. I love him." Ron Popiel.
Well, they do say a bald head is like a solar panel for a sex machine.
Right.
But I don't see it. Okay. I like hair.
That's what she said. We got to go at 6:59.
Have you heard about Salt River Automotive? Not only are we open for business and ready to serve you, we are sponsors of the BS in the Morning Show on Westplex 107.1. Check us out on Facebook at Salt River Automotive LLC. See you soon.